The problem with Pandora's box now, I am skeptical that the problems that we're experiencing in general practice and in emergency medicine in Australia can be so simply solved by the solutions that the premiers are coming up with. They're like, you know what? What we need is more people. This is clearly a people problem. We haven't got enough GPs. What we need is to allow other people to do the work of GPs. This is a spectacularly interesting idea. And one part of me is like, you know what? Go for it. Go for it. Allow the pharmacists, allow the nurse practitioners to do the work of GPs. And they might just discover something, that the work of general practice has become increasingly difficult, increasingly complex. It is not easy. And that perhaps when someone shows up at the pharmacy and they have a script, that the pharmacist might say, well, that looks pretty easy. They just wrote the script, completely failing to recognize what actually went on in that consultation, the diagnostic skill sets, the awareness of that patient's past medical history, all of the interactions that have gone before, the decision making to choose that particular script, to make sure that there's not an allergy or a contraindication. But this is not the real problem. You know, I'm quite happy for that to happen, and they may well discover that, actually, you know, this general practice game, perhaps there's a reason why the doctors aren't choosing general practice. Perhaps there's a reason, and the enthusiasm that pharmacists, or at least the pharmacist's board, the guy who runs it, he's like, yep, we're all in. I'm like, the real problem you're going to have is once you say, yes, we will prescribe, we're the one-stop shop, you come and see us, we'll sort it out. But we're only going to sort out these couple of things. This messaging will be extremely difficult to hold down. My suspicion is that there will be a great boundary problem where people start coming to the pharmacist for a whole lot more than simple UTIs or the upper respiratory tract infections, and suddenly they're presenting with the host of problems that they already show up to the GP, but they can't get an appointment or they can't afford it, and therefore, where are they going to go? Now there's a second choice. Traditionally, there's only been one choice, which is the emergency department. But now, ladies and gentlemen, there is a second choice, the pharmacist. So be very careful if you're a pharmacist. Be careful about opening Pandora's box, because the problem with Pandora's box, it's really hard to close. And this might well be a wonderful opportunity for you to access Medicare, but beware what you are really signing up for. You see, it solves a problem for the premiers. Now they can relieve some of the pressure off their emergency departments and decrease their waiting times. But guess what's coming for you? A whole host of problems that you have limited or little awareness about what you're about to face. Have a look at why GPs are struggling. And do not think for a second that you are not going to face exactly the same issues. Single source of truth. What is that patient actually on? What's their past history? Oh, you can't access it? How are you going to do the examination? How are you going to deal with the multiple presentations of diseases where people are like, you know what, I got no one else to come to? Pandora's box may be very difficult to close. All right, that's all I got for you. As I said, part of me is hopeful that, yep, the pharmacists sign up for this. Why? Because there will be a recognition that there is some major problems in GP that are not solvable by adding more people to the problem. We do not have a people problem. We have complexity problems. We have information problems. We have a whole host of issues that are not related to the number of people that are doing this work. So beware. If you're a pharmacist, maybe allow it a year, 2 years, 3 years. Just see what happens. See how the guys that are super keen to rush into this and discover maybe there's a reason why GP is under considerable strain right now. All right, look forward to seeing you on the next episode as we continue this little journey into the challenges of general practice in 2023. See you then.